Yeah, this is a freestyle. Don't know what my name is. Spoken nerd, about to be famous. About to show you what lame is. Cause this freestyle's about to be the slayest. Yo, I'm like Slayer. In fact, I'ma lose elections like my name was Ralph Nader. About to show you how I swing the sword like Darth Vader. Show you how I do it later. Take down Princess Leia, all of the Muppets. People wanna say, bump it. I'm about to show you how Little Miss Muffet lost her curds and way. Cause I lost my curds today. Yep, and I like it with some fries, dog. That's called poutine. Getting high, y'all. High on life and high on food and high on everything that I'm gonna do. Yo, people wanna ask why I don't have a crew. My name is Spoken Nerd. Well, how about you? Cause most y'all don't wanna rap with me because they be throwing insults, and I'm gonna show you how I do this for adults. Do this for cults. Rooms full of meditation. Rooms full of people playing PlayStation. Asking, yo, when you gonna rap about Blanca? When you gonna rap about Chun-Li jumping off ya? Jumping off at the top with a karate kick that just don't stop. You just wait. I just go there. I'ma step up like...
I'm just gonna get started. Hey, action. Hi, and welcome to Unpaid and Underplayed with myself, Reverend J. Leo. Really? You just talk all over me.
Oh, sorry, man.
Fuck, take two. I'm Reverend J. Leo from Skeleton Crew Brand, and to my left is my new partner in crime.
Me?
Yeah, you can introduce yourself.
My name's Ryan. I own Take a Stand Music, and we've partnered up with Jay to do some awesome stuff. And here we go.
Don't promise things that we can't deliver on.
Fake it till you make it, baby.
So what is this show? This show's a music show.
It's a music show, but it's about independent artists who are underplayed and underpaid.
Oh my god, that makes sense.
It's almost like we came up with that title ourselves.
Oh my god. So for episode 1, this is going to be, who knows if the rest of the shows will look like this, but here's hoping. Kicking it off in this trial run, pilot, first episode, what have you, is my friend and yours. You recognize him from the countless videos we've done.
Hey!
He's been on the Geekcore podcast.
Hey!
And then you've just seen his face touring around America.
Hey!
None other than Spoken Nerd.
Hey!
Spoken Nerd!
Hey!
I don't know
what's up, guys? Yeah. I'm Nathan. You know, I've teamed up to with some friends of mine to just do a tour of podcasts and a tour of video casts and a tour of places on the internet where you may be watching. And today, my stop was here in Nashville, Tennessee.
Welcome to Nashville.
Yeah, good to be here.
Wait, you live here?
Yeah, well, technically I live in Inglewood, which is East Nashville.
North or south of Compton?
That's east of Compton.
Okay.
Actually, it is.
I think it is too, yeah.
Usually, I would have said that totally wrong. I would have been like, yeah, it's like northwest of Compton, southwest of Compton.
But you know Compton.
I know Compton, man.
Oh, this is grapefruit. I want it.
So, come on, man.
So, what do? We geek with indie artists to get to know you.
That's
play
right.
Some music. We'll play some jaunty tunes.
Yep.
And so one of your geek topics is beer.
Craft beers. That's right.
And you brought us a little something special today.
Yeah, so...
Did someone look up what this actually means in Spanish? Have we don't do research.
No, we just... we don't do things right. We just do things. We do a lot of things. And Jay texted me and said, hey, man, why don't you bring some beer to the podcast?
I'm that guy.
And
Free beer.
he is that guy. And I said, yeah, I've got some here at the house I could bring. And I got in the van on my way here and realized I'd forgotten it. So I stopped and picked up the Ultra Vez Ghost Style Ale from Sierra Nevada, which I haven't tried yet, but I've been very curious about it. It's an ale brewed with cactus and grapefruit. Sounds very promising. So we're going to try this live on the air.
If Jay had a robotic camera, you could zoom in on the logo, but
And
it's got a picture of cactus on it.
and also I think Sierra Nevada make fine beers, but I don't know anyone that works there, and I don't care about them that much. So if this beer sucks, I'm going to let you know live on the podcast.
There's got to be a guy named Kevin there.
Let's give it a shot.
Fucking Kevin's fault.
It'd be Kevin's Nevada to us.
To us.
Guys, that tastes like beer.
Yeah, it's a little sweet with the grapefruit at the end.
It is, yeah.
Yeah.
It's got a sting.
From coming, I like dark beer, and it's a little weak for me.
I just got to be honest. I don't hate it. I wouldn't buy another 6-pack of it necessarily. Up here it says that you get a little zip of a prickly pear, and
I got a zip.
I like a prickly pear. Jay and I have been called a prickly pear before. A prickly pair of guys. So
That's only when we wax our bodies, and then 2 weeks later it's coming back.
a lot of waxing.
So much wax.
Well, after him, do you get a discount because it takes half the wax?
I get free because I brought it. It's a bring your buddy day at Nathan's Waxaporium.
Yeah.
Only a coincidence that it's a Nathan and a
It's
Nathan.
the same name.
That's right. Well, my name is actually Nathan.
Sorry.
It's pronounced Nathan.
Barthon.
Yeah. So, the Sierra Nevada Ultra Vez. Give it a shot.
We're now a beer podcast.
We recommend this really mediocre tasting.
we give it a shot. You might love it. You might hate it.
We're gonna send it to them for an endorsement, by the way.
I'm right down the middle on it. I don't hate it at all. This is not a beer that I hate. It's not a beer that I plan on drinking a lot of.
Grapefruit at the end just.
That's why I was like grapefruit. I don't want it.
I feel like if I drank 100 of these, my puke would taste really bad.
I think if you drink 100 of anything, wouldn't your puke taste kind of bad?
Not 100 drops of water.
What is your favorite beer? Since this didn't make the cut,
All right, so
break it down for us.
favorite beer
Get geeky.
right now.
Right now, that's how you know.
It's right now, man. Because here's the deal: if you make my favorite beer, this is what's gonna happen. I'm gonna drink that beer until I'm absolutely sick of it, and I don't want it anymore.
Oh shit!
I have very, very high expectations for the Schlafly Grapefruit IPA, but we don't have it in Nashville, and I haven't been able to try it yet. And right now, I'm going to have to say my favorite beer on the market right now in Nashville is Citradelic by New Belgium. It's a tangerine IPA, and man, it is incredible.
I can't do IPAs. They're way too bitter for me.
I know very little.
Everyone's like, oh, let's make it IPA. Let's make it as bitter as possible. That just has become a thing.
That
Yeah.
just seems stupid.
It does.
Yeah, well, it's not necessarily about being bitter as much as it is because see, a lot of breweries concentrate on the hops, but it's actually getting that perfect mix of malt and hops, so you get the fluorescence of it as well as the bitter. You know what I mean? Because too much bitter, it just gets syrupy. It gives you almost like a heartburn.
Yeah, no, I can't. That's why I can't drink.
You don't want that. But if
I
you
like
can,
beer you can chew. So
yeah,
Yeah.
not me. But
I'm not a huge beer guy. I like Turbo Dog
Turbo Dog.
from Abita.
Yeah, that's a beer.
you ever had Left Hand Milk Stout?
Yes,
That's one of my favorites.
that's a good beer.
one.
That's heavy.
So, yes.
That's it,
So what else is what's up with you, man?
man.
We geeked about some beer. That's great.
That's it, man. We talked about beer.
Well, you know what goes great with beer, right?
What's that?
Beards.
Beards.
Manly.
And you do
Yeah.
have
Mane.
quite a manly little beard there. Mine is actually jealous right
Well, I'm trying to get mine to grow out, you know. If I
now. Oh,
could...
that's getting it to grow out.
Yeah.
I haven't shaved since this morning.
Yeah, you look pretty good, man.
Portuguese genetics, man.
I like it. I like it.
We're hair and
I thought you were from El Salvador.
stank. Oh, no.
Sorry.
I'm way more
That's what
offensive.
Max said.
Max.
I'm Irish, so mine is just fiery red all the time.
I swear to God, if Max talks more shit about me.
You hear that, Max?
Yeah.
On that note,
How long you been growing that beard?
yeah, this I've had this since around 2008. You know, like I mean, it's kind of one of those things. I had a beard before that, but I started, you know, really letting it grow around that time. Quit kind of trimming it, at least the length of it. Yeah, so I think it still grows just a little bit every year, but it's not like a lot. So, you know,
Looks
maybe
good on you.
by the time I'm dead, it'll be really big.
I think it's funny. Like in high school, I was just lazy, and that's why I had a beard.
Yeah.
And it was uncool, the most uncool thing ever. Now it's like I have a beard because I've always had a beard, just because I'm lazy.
Yeah.
And it's the cool thing, and it's just weird to me.
Isn't that great, though, when the world adjusts to you to make you cool?
No, because Chuck Taylor's used to be $35.
Yeah, that's true, too.
Now they're like 70.
You know,
Yeah, that's fair.
I actually get stoked about like whenever what I do becomes like a cool thing. Like, and I get it. I mean, I don't like people thinking, oh, you just have that beard because you're a hipster, or when people maybe treat me different because I look the way I do. But I mean, there is a certain aspect of, all right, I finally, you know, maybe I'm not gonna get treated like quite a scumbag, like maybe like a little you know, maybe there's a little bit more respect to me. It's nice, you know.
I don't know what not being treated like a scumbag is like.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty good, man.
I got bats tattooed on my head, so I mean, I cashed in my scumbag check a long time ago.
Yeah, those are bats on your head.
It's true.
That is true.
They're there.
You've got to be dedicated to have a beard like that, and I think that's awesome. I mean,
It's admirable.
Thanks, man.
My wife hates mine.
My
even
wife.
at this long.
Oh, wow.
No, for it. Okay.
Notice that I'm still growing it though, so. You know.
Yeah.
That's good.
Hey, that's good, man. Good job. You know, and the thing is like, she probably really likes it.
No.
So that's what I always say, you know.
So are you like? Are you like a beard balmer or a waxer or anything like that? You go all out?
No, I don't do the wax in it. I mean, I don't know. The only wax I get in there is when I eat ice cream, and that gets in there. And I don't like that too much either.
Waxy ass ice cream.
Right. But you know what I mean. Like, you get something in there, it's like, oh wow, I can really style this
It
now.
kind of crusts up, and you can.
I have to say that eating ice cream is probably the hardest thing I can do with a beard.
Yeah, the trick is, and this goes out to your
Listen,
viewers.
pay attention.
Trick is trim the stash. You don't trim that stash, man. What happens is you start bringing your spoon down too low, right? Because you're trying to keep it out of the stash, and it goes right here. Also, go to kiss the girls, beard hair in your mouth. You don't want that. Just trim the stash. That's all you gotta do.
Science.
Definitely.
Yeah.
You didn't know you were gonna get that. That's pretty.
Yeah,
Funny.
this is.
I usually let my barber trim my stash, but I recently started going to a different barber, so
What
you know.
what happened? Was it a like sour relationship between your former barber, or he was just not available?
I don't know if I'd say that exactly, but I definitely decided to trade barbers. I went to a fancy barber shop in Nashville with you know, it was mostly girls, all girls doing hair, and it just, I don't know, you know, it was like a place that was kind of like for men and women, but I just kind of got the feeling that, and I'm not going to say the name of the place, but I just kind of got the feeling that maybe it was a little more for women, because they seemed really stoked to do the girls' hair, and when the guys would come up, it just kind of felt like, oh great, another client.
Well, a couple things with that. If
So,
you're
so now I'm going pure. I'm sorry to interrupt you, but
no,
now
you're good.
now I'm going to a dude barber shop, and it's called Monty's, and I really like it. And I've always, I had dreadlocks for years.
Yeah,
you
you
remember
did.
when I had
Yeah,
them?
I do.
And I was always afraid to let a dude cut my hair because I just always, thought, dude's not gonna want me to look good. He's gonna like make me look stupid.
Yeah.
But I've been real happy with Monty's.
So, what does it take to cross that threshold from, like, what is the significant difference between a salon and a barbershop?
Well, really,
Straight razors.
is the big thing.
That was easy.
And what's funny about it?
Enough time.
What's funny about it is a lot of quote unquote barbershops are actually salons. There's a license you have to get to use that razor blade, and I've been told that and I don't know if this is true, but I've been told that barbering does not allow beer in the shop.
But a salon, you
That's
can.
not a barber.
in
I wanna
salon,
get to.
Yeah, I know, right?
there's beer.
You would think that barbers just kind of brute and like he can smoke cigars. And,
Yeah. Does your barber have?
No, my barber is awesome. They have
Yeah,
their
they
own
have
line
beer.
of beard care products. They hand make it in their house.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
But is there
That's
beer
cool.
there?
No, but there
Yeah.
probably could be. I mean, it's real laid back.
But that's
Shave Barber
the
Lounge in Murfreesboro, by the way.
But that's the rumor I heard about, and it's a Tennessee law. But
Tennessee has
there's a
crazy
lot of
laws,
those.
so.
Yeah.
yeah,
The dude that cuts my hair is always, I think he's high.
Well,
I cut my hair.
hey, where
I cut my own hair.
where to get the weed at?
Wait.
I'm
gonna bridge this together perfectly.
Where do you get the? I got it from you.
So there's another person that's normally on our show. His name's Homer. He's in the hospital right now.
No, he's gonna be mad. I did that, isn't he?
No.
I just
So,
did it to you, actually.
What? Oh, the Simpsons thing. So Homer, cheers.
Cheers,
We'll see you
Homer.
next time.
Get better soon.
Get
However,
well soon.
Homer does not have a beard and, can't really grow one. But he actually did research. He's the responsible one. He
That's why
called
we're
me.
doing it this way right
Yeah,
now.
we're winging it. Which I wonder if you can tell. So
we planned
Homer
this.
actually texted me from the hospital and he wanted me to ask you this very important question.
All right.
And it's actually a question that I know, and this is going to bridge perfectly. He wanted to know how much you knew, and if you knew how much actual bacteria and stuff just grows in your beard even though you clean it.
Yeah. Well, there's been several articles that have come out about that recently, and there's been, they go all over the place. Some say the beards are filthy. Some say they're not. But the recent one says that there's an antibiotic property that grows in the beard. My personal theory on that is like, come on, man. You want a beard, grow a beard. Don't be, if you're worried about germs in it, if you're worried about germs being on a beard, you probably just shouldn't have a beard
You're not man
or
enough.
any hair on your head or on your arms either. I mean,
Never touch a doorknob, by the way.
Never touch a doorknob.
Don't fly on a
I mean,
plane.
I think, and not to sound like, a yahoo, but I think that there is a such thing as a healthy amount of germs that you can get,
That's the bridge I was going to make because I have weird friends. One night this topic came up, and there's actually a beer that is made from a yeast that grows in a man's beard.
From Rogue.
Yes. So Rogue has a
Beard
guy who's
beer.
been brewing beer for a long time, who has a big beard, and he actually, just from the air being in the brewery, has a yeast that grows in his beard from all the beer. And they made a beer. They cultured it and made a beer with it.
Yeah. And I think, the thing that people don't realize.
Jay's great.
Am I the only one who
that.
thinks this is a fucking terrible idea?
It's
Rogue.
it's an alright beer. I've had it. It's not bad.
So you drank somebody's beard fuck.
It's cultured.
It's
They
a-
cultured it in a lab.
Where did it come from?
A beard.
Yeah.
But the thing about it is, and people don't realize this, man, yeast is everywhere. And if you ever homebrew, the reason homebrew gets a funky taste is because yeast, man. Like breweries, they have like equipment that keeps that out. Like, so that's why, like, it automatically goes through hoses I feel like an idiot trying to explain
It looks
this.
like
but
science.
Yeah, it's science.
It looks like science.
They have magic going on at breweries, but when we make it at our house, like, you pour it from one vat to another, and a bunch of outside yeast is getting in there. That's just the way it is. And, that's what really freaks me out about, like, brewing beer at someone's house with a bunch of pets. Because you think, think about that, dude.
Skunky
Like,
beer,
you wouldn't think twice about drinking a beer that was brewed at someone's house with a bunch of dogs, would you? Well, you probably will now that I've mentioned it.
I'm
Or on the
sketched
east
out all
side, a
over
bunch
the
of
place.
dudes with beards all homebrewing now. You're going to think
Yeah.
about that. There's probably pharmacy chunks all up in there, so.
Yeah, that's it.
I'm gonna throw
If
up.
you're not from Nashville, it's a burger joint. Inside
That's
joke.
right.
So speaking of magic,
Hey, you guys can. I'm gonna check our time. Don't worry. I'm out of frame.
what a professional.
Out of frame.
I'll wait for you to get back. You can just edit this out.
Why?
I don't know.
it's a scientific fact that people don't like edits, like cut out and shit. We got
Really?
So speaking of magic, how's your tour going?
My tour?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's going great. I'm here right now.
What's been your favorite stop?
On tour recently, well, I haven't been on tour since October. Man, I have to say, the tour that I did in October was one of the best tours I've ever been on. Consistency, I mean, the shows, I felt like we're all pretty good. I had a really good time. Some of the highlights, Burlington, Vermont, man, that's just always a real special place to me.
Why? I don't mean like in a negative way. But.
Why? Well, I think really with touring, there's always someone in that place that's hospitable to you that makes it amazing. And a fellow named Chris Bonta always throws my shows there. And man, just it's always just a great experience to go to Burlington. I mean, it's I feel like it's a nice town. The air feels clean. I have a good time there. The shows might not be the biggest, but man, they're fun. And I always take a pride in like, man, I'm going to go, like this is this kind of corner up in the Northeast that, a lot of people don't go to. And I'm just, I'm going out of my way a little bit to get there. That was great. I played in, where was it? In Virginia, Norfolk, Virginia for the first time. And that was a lot of fun. And yeah, we've just it was just me on that tour, but I had a really good time on the last one.
You got any good stories? Juicy ones? Meaty?
Some juicy stories. Well, I'll tell you a story. I played in Cincinnati, Ohio. Had a really good time there with my friends from Counterfeit Money Machine, and I woke up the next morning and I had to drive to Canton, Ohio for a show. And man, I was like, I had plenty of time. I was like, man, I've got the whole day ahead of me. Maybe I'll go see a movie, And I thought, I might just buy like a nice suit today. I just had like all these ambitions for the day.
It never works on tour.
Oh man.
I know.
I got up and I started driving, and I noticed that when I started my van, it sounded a little weak. So I thought, I think I probably am going to need to get a new battery, get this battery looked at. I didn't think it was too big of a deal. Well, I stopped to get gasoline in this little podunk town in Ohio, and my van will not start.
No.
Yeah. And so, I go into this gas station, and I mean, they're kind of looking at me like I'm Al Qaeda or something. And it's a Sunday, and I think the next day was like Veterans Day. That's in October. There's a Memorial Day. Sorry, veterans.
No, that's Halloween.
Thank you for serving our country, but I just don't remember which holiday it was. But that being said,
Columbus Day.
yeah, something. But man, I called every mechanic in the book, and finally, and no one's answering their phone. Finally, I get a hold of a tire place, and I'll take a look at it. if you can get it towed over here in the next hour. So magically, I get the tow company, I get it over there, and the guy takes a look at it. His last name was Conrad, just like my last name, and so it was just like it was a really great thing that he was able to fix my. I believe it was my starter on my van, and can you guys guess how much a starter and a new battery cost me?
$400.
Ding, 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 ding. $800.
You got my hopes up just to knock me down.
$800, man. It was kind of like
There's
a good
tour money.
Yeah, it was a successful tour, right?
I mean, it was just a good hosing out in the country for me, man.
Dude.
And but the crazy thing was I had basically enough to pay it, and that was about it. And I made it to my show on time that night.
That's all that matters.
Amen.
You have AAA?
Nope.
Touring guys get AAA.
AAA, yeah. I traditionally do. I opted out of it this year for whatever reason, but
It's like getting the insurance when you rent a car,
yeah, I even made my mom get AAA, so get AAA.
More free advice.
That's it.
Full of them.
We're full of it. Advice, that is.
Hey, slide me that thing right there.
Thanks, bruh.
Bruh,
This is a bra-free zone.
have you noticed that the new trend is to say breh instead of bra? It's like B-R-E-H.
Look, I'm from
What up,
California.
Bray?
I take offense to everything being said right now.
Really?
Yeah. I haven't used this camera since we shot Clear and Present Hustle.
Is that offensive?
Clear and Present Hustle?
No,
Bra.
The California, we cry about everything.
cool.
Until they legalize fully, then we will have no...
I thought it was legal there.
medicinal. So if you can find a sketchy dude to write you a prescription, it's legal.
Oh, I can.
Yeah,
I mean, I don't,
like
I
that hard.
don't smoke marijuana, but
Why?
what's that? I don't like the way.
I don't mean to throw you in there the best way.
No, you're not, man. I just don't like the way it makes me feel.
I'm such an advocate for it, man, because honestly, it helps me get shit done.
Well, man, if you loved America, you wouldn't smoke marijuana.
I don't love America. That's
the California separatist over here.
Man, if you believed in God, you wouldn't smoke marijuana.
I believe in God.
If you didn't have tattoos on your head,
That's fair.
Oh, bats.
Batty.
bats.
Batty.
So going back to your tour, where's like the weirdest place you've ever played?
I remember, there was one of the first tours that I ever booked. We got asked to play this festival in Beloit, Wisconsin, and my friend and I got there,
I know it's real.
and it was
Come on, Jay.
No, that means that camera's dead. You see how I planned that shit? So in the edit, it's gonna jump straight over here.
Well, now it is. If you turned your phone off.
From Jay point of view. Okay, go on.
So, yeah, so when we got there, the guy had not remembered talking to me on the phone, and he told me we could camp in his yard, and but then it ended up being really cool and let us sleep in his house and took us out to eat, and we did a lot of fun stuff. So we played this festival, and I remembered the main thing I remember about the festival, this was maybe my second or third out of town show ever, was that there was a guy in a bear suit dancing around with me while I was rapping, and we played with this hair band that had a rapper, and they were also like a Christian like worship hair band with a rapper. It was kind of a little bit of everything. So that was a strange one. You asked me for awkward show stories, and then they start pouring out. That's how this works.
That's kind of how an interview works. So.
Yeah, that's kind of how an interview works. I had a friend that asked me to play at a church, and I played there, and I got there, and I was excited about it. So I go to meet the pastor, and this was back when I had my dreadlocks and stuff, and I came in with a good steady handshake for him, and wanted to thank him for having me, and he gave me one of those handshakes where they grab a hold of your hand like this, and they just real steady look you dead in the eye.
You know what I hate is this.
He goes,
they fucking like cock block.
Yeah.
They grab the fingers and smush.
Right. Yeah, it was kind of like
small
that.
hands,
And he looks at me and he says, "We're not going to have anything out of pocket tonight, are we?" And I was just like, "No, man, it's cool. Like, I'm glad to be here." And he was like, "Okay, you know, we're here for the Lord." And I was like, "Yeah, man." And so I'm feeling pretty. I'm like, well, he's just intense about it, you know. That's cool. And my friend Luke comes up to me, and he a little bit later he goes, "Hey, man, just wanted to let you know, this guy for some reason or whatever, he's real worried that you're gonna do something crazy up there." He goes, "So you know, just make sure you just keep everything nice and like clean, and you know, maybe if you have, I know you drink beer, maybe don't talk about it tonight or do any songs with that." And so, you know, an hour goes by before I'm playing and different acts are playing. There's one guy up there crying and giving his testimony and rapping and stuff, and I'm sort of like, okay, you know, and I start thinking about my lyrics, and I'm like, I don't think I have a single song that's not going to go over wrong here. Like, everything can go over in some terrible way. So I'm like going through my set list and I'm like freaking out at this point. And I'm like, I don't know what is going to happen when I start performing. So I'm like, okay, I devised a plan, and I got up there. I played, you know, the cleanest, like, most sincere, like, song I had, and then I just started preaching because we were in a church, and I said, "Man, I want to talk to you today. I went to a safety meeting this week. And let me tell you, man, they talked about safety for your head, wearing a hard hat to protect your head, wearing gloves to protect your hands. They talked about steel toe boots to protect your toes. But what about your soul? Is your soul safe? If we're going to have a safety meeting, I want to see people getting saved. Can I get an amen?" And I just tore into him, just this whole like sermon deal. And my friend Luke said about that time I was doing that, he was sitting with the pastor, and he goes, "I like this guy, all right."
That's awesome.
So I got out of there alive, and you know, nothing to worry about, and it was all good. You know, it was a good time, but I was a little worried at that, and you know, and for that matter, I mean, I don't mind playing like those type of things. I just feel like, you know, maybe listen to my music first. and then decide
then
if you
get judgy.
and then decide if you want me to play or not.
So speaking of your music, you should probably go play a song right now.
Yeah, let's do that.
Or else.
What's this one called?
I'm gonna start with the tincture.
No, don't get up. Just say it.
Yeah. We'll start with this song's called the tincture.
Right now. Tincture?
Tincture.
Tincture.
Tincture. Tincture.
What's tincture all about?
Tincture. This song is kind of about losing your way in life and changing, and it was inspired by a book I was reading on Freemasonry called The Haram Key.
That is not at all what I expected.
Yeah, well,
That's what you're gonna get.
that's what I got for you.
That's cool.
So, live from Underplayed and Underpaid, here's Tincture.
Yep.
I was in my face. They couldn't see me.
This song is called The Tincture. Raised up from the gallows of the narcissistic perfection. How the people gonna feel about the path that you've been taking when they think it's digression? Despite your misconceptions of your burdens and your missing collections. Funny how we all take notes to quote on ideals of a resurrection. And a profit is a good intention. But you claim you don't profit while you live with deep pockets in the castle that you rest your head in. Bed and breakfast. I can tell the way you politic by reading your guest list. What stresses living under the potential of a full-time misconception. You feel you've lost your way between yourself and all of the people you used to know. Now you're just a burden in the grand scheme of evil. You've seen the truth. The tincture was so easy to swallow when you didn't have a clue. It's okay, you're changing the world by recycling that old dream. It's okay, you're changing the world by recycling that old dream. The paper trail got burned up. They say you'll never understand cause you're such a slow learner, concerned with the blurred visions and legions that you cannot conquer. The pessimist doctors, skeptics like authors follow closely like stalkers. You chant in a vision and mutualism and learning to live in a minimalism. It's true that the path that you're given is closer to dictatorship and the hardships of killing played out by the villains. My name projected in the same light as Adam and Eve from a snake bite. You feel you've lost your way between yourself and all of the people you used to know. Now you're just a burden in the grand scheme of evil. You've seen the truth. The tincture was so easy to swallow when you didn't have a clue. The tincture was so easy to swallow when you didn't have a clue. The tincture was so easy to swallow when you didn't have a clue. The tincture was so easy to swallow when you didn't have a clue. The tincture was so easy to swallow when you didn't have a clue.
Hey, remember when we did those music videos?
I do. Those were amazing.
Yeah, tell a great story of how something happened.
With the music video?
I'm just kind of curious to hear what you have to say about the experience.
About the experience?
I had a great time doing it.
I had a great time. Oh yeah, I got kind of sick when we did the one under your house with all the mold. But that was cool. It was worth it.
Fucking sold me out like that.
You should get that fixed.
Yeah. Yeah.
No one's died yet.
That's incriminating. Sorry, I'm incriminating everyone.
It is literally under my house.
It was under his house. Like
I can't really.
We recorded the video to tell that ghost under there, and there was a lot of mold under there, and I rapped for about 15 minutes, I'd say.
Easily, we did it. Yeah, for sure. Like 3 takes down there.
3 takes down there, and I got a little sick afterwards. I usually don't get sick, but sometimes I do.
Cave crickets and mold.
But the good thing is, if I get sick, I still go to work. So when I get sick, hundreds of people get sick.
Good. Thank God.
All the people that buy the meats.
Yeah.
The meats.
That's what you get.
And then Clear and Present Hustle had
our friend Leon.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were playing basketball in that.
And you wrecked him.
I wrecked him.
Let's be real.
I think so. I don't know. It was a pretty even match, honestly. We were really exhausted from that.
That was really fun because I didn't have to run around.
Yeah, that was. I'm actually more in shape now than I was when that video.
You look good.
Thanks, man.
Yeah.
When that video was filmed, and I'm in terrible shape right now. So the video, I think I really felt pretty worn out after it was done, but it was a lot of fun, and I look forward to doing more of that.
No, we got some ideas.
More ball. We got lots of ideas.
That either involve kids or old people.
Maybe pinatas.
Maybe pinatas and chainsaws.
Maybe shotguns.
Even better.
I like it.
Shot saws and chain guns.
I mean, really, the Spoken Nerd Skeleton Crew, you never know what you're going to get. I mean,
I don't.
Crazy midgets.
Every day when I wake up, I go, what's going to happen now?
What's he going to do next? That's what I like to say that. What's he going to do next?
What, are you doing any songs today that we're going to... Bring All the Boys on the Dance Floor possibly on the set? What's on the set list? Let's do another song. I'm bored.
Yeah, let's do another song. Well,
to the song room.
This next song is called Lawrenceburg, Tennessee. It's about my home, some stuff that happened in my hometown to me. Lawrenceburg, Tennessee. I spent the 90s being spoken down to like I was in the way of progress, and my ideals would offset everything. Insecurities, force-fed from beatings. Well, I'm bleeding in between the high school walls and bleachers. And where did they find those teachers anyway? I remember the day that you made me cry in front of the class, pulled me to the front so that you and your audience could laugh. I wanted to die that day, yet you called yourself a man. You were never a teacher, but a redneck Taliban. And as a grown man, I can see it for what it is. You cast me out like Satan to be worshipped by those other kids, and I've learned to see some others like you. Spent my childhood trying to fight you. At least what dwells inside you never had the nerve to write you anyway. So when I have kids and they find themselves back in Lawrenceburg, Tennessee, you better act like you don't see. Brother, hope and pray that you never cross paths with me. Yep, that was that.
So since nerd is in your name,
Yeah.
you ever play anywhere nerdy, like comic book shops or Comic Cons or?
Yeah, I've played the Nashville Comic Expo. That was interesting, and I've played at the Geek Media Expo.
I like that show. GMX.
I played,
I really like that
GMX
show.
is great. I played Gen Con once, and I played Rick's Comic City.
I was there.
Met you at, yeah.
We met
Funny
there.
story. We were all there and didn't know each other, by the way.
No.
I
knew you.
Well, we knew each other.
Yeah, didn't know
Yeah.
you.
Sorry,
We
guys.
didn't know you.
Sorry.
Sorry.
It's okay. We do now. That's all that matters.
Yeah.
I wasn't a good person then. I had a really bad crack
issues.
problem.
I think I talked
bad
to you
breath.
at that show, didn't I? Right?
Had bad
Yeah,
breath. I
probably.
left immediately.
I mean, there were only like 30 people there, so you kind of had to talk to everybody.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
I
they're-
like that. I like shows like that, though. I think it's cool to have some of those mixed in.
Yeah, it was fun. Tribe One and Field Mouse.
Mhm.
What a great night.
that was a good night.
Yeah.
Tribe One. Anytime you see
Dude,
Tribe
he-
One,
Dude, he is awesome.
yeah,
He's amazing.
ridiculous.
He was a good hang, too. Like, he was
Yeah.
a good guy.
Another humble dude. Like this guy. You're a really humble guy.
Yeah.
For somebody
it's
that
the
has,
beard.
I'm the
Yeah,
most humble,
exactly.
actually.
It's the beard.
You're
Most humble.
Let's see. You are the most Christian rapper.
The most humble, too.
I'm referencing a song.
I know.
They didn't know though. Well, I'm
They're-
sure some of them know.
You make hundreds and whatnot, so
It's because I'm the most humble.
that's right. You ever play anywhere really big, like maybe South by Southwest?
Yeah, I've played South by Southwest, actually with Tribe One.
What was that like?
Man, it was a really great experience playing there. We got to play at kind of a nerdcore showcase with MC Frontalot, MC Lars.
Wow.
And the cool thing about and you know, like I've been involved in hip hop for a long time, but just with the nerdcore rappers that are out there, there's just a certain humility that I see in those guys. Like I don't think I've met anybody in that scene that isn't cool. You know what I mean? Like all those dudes are cool. Like you know, Random Megaran.
So yeah,
Though
what does he go by right now? Mega Ran?
Megaran, as far as I know, yeah. He's one of the nicest, best guys you could ever meet. And for only $100, I'll introduce you to him.
I was just gonna say next time he's in town, you should
no,
say I know this podcast show. thing."
absolutely. I'm sure he'd be down. But yeah, he's an amazing guy. Like, and all those guys are. You know, I met a few years back. A guy contacted me out of Charlotte, Michael Kill, and he has an awesome group out there called Thought Criminals, and he kind of reached out to me, and I reached back to him, and we just kind of had a musical crush on each other, and we started playing shows, and he pretty much, he introduced me to the nerdcore community in a big way, and it's been really cool.
Do you feel like community is growing?
I do. I feel like it's still a very small scene.
It's definitely a niche
for rappers.
Yeah.
I think that's cool, coming from someone who works in music. Like, if you have fans that are that into what you're doing, like, they will support you, and they do, and that's awesome.
Right.
Like, if you can have like 1,000 fans that are really into what you're doing,
yeah,
and like you can really connect with it, and that seems to be like what that scene has a lot of.
Definitely.
Like, fans that are really into supporting artists and, going out to see them in small places and hanging out. I mean, I think it's awesome that most of the guys that do that, like, hang out after the show.
Absolutely. Yeah, and that's, it builds a good culture. And I like that you said, the 1,000 number, because I've always thought about it. I'm a 100-aire myself. But a lot of people try to be a millionaire. But, really, if you could just be 1,000-aire, you'd be great. You'd be set.
Yeah, just live
I always wonder if, like, millionaires, wake up and, feel like $1 billion and they're pissed off because they only have $1 million or something.
Yeah, I mean, Jay, how does that feel?
Owing $1 billion? Because I owe far more than that. Various.
Portuguese.
Yeah, we're really good at sketchy shit. I am the most racist towards Portuguese people. Because
you are one.
I know their secrets. That's why I don't like them. But then I use it as a point of arrogance.
So what are you doing now? What's your music career right now? Like, what are you into? What's the next thing for you? And what are you really working on right now?
Well, the big thing for me right now is we pressed a vinyl record album late last year, and I'm really excited about getting that out to more people. We've still got a few more copies hanging around, so we're really excited to continue to release that and continue to put vinyl record albums on the market. Also, I'm doing a series of albums called Coca-Cola Classics, and I've done 2 tapes with it so far. It's a collaboration between myself and 247, and he's making the beats. We're sampling old horror films, like a lot of Italian stuff and just horror soundtracks in general.
That's rad.
Yeah, so that's been super cool. I'm about to start on volume 3 of that, which we're planning on releasing on vinyl record album next Christmas. And yeah, those are the things that I'm working on. I'm also working on the next Spoken Nerd album full length, and that is I'm just starting to write stuff for it. So.
Nothing else, like maybe a record label?
What? A record label?
What?
Yeah, absolutely.
What? How could you forget about that?
How could I forget it? Well, I didn't forget. I didn't even.
Good thing I wrote this down.
Oh shit, Jesus.
Well, I have a record label called Invisible Library.
How do you know where it is?
They have a website?
InvisibleLibraryRecords.com.
Bubble.
Right there.
YouTube bubble right here.
You like that? You guys like that? InvisibleLibraryRecords.com.
God, I really hope I can figure out how to put something make something up here. Otherwise, that was just a really stupid move.
YouTube does it for you.
That's fair.
Yeah, we've got some. Obviously, I put my projects on there. We have a really amazing band called Cantalouper on our record.
Shout out to Cantalouper.
Shout out to Cantalouper. We've got.
They should call Sierra Nevada, see if they can get in some cactus beer.
Yeah, maybe they could do cantaloupe.
I think it would be better than the grapefruit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, at least the same.
At least the same level of
It won't be worse.
Yeah.
Basically what you're getting at.
Yeah, so we've got their music out. Releasing an album from a new artist called Bashful Hips coming out March 3rd.
What's Bashful Hips? What do they sound like?
Bashful Hips sounds like The Cure if it was produced by Gel from Anticon. Which I like it, it's pretty cool.
I understood half of that reference.
Yeah, probably the Gel from Anticon.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, really? I only understood the Cure part. So
The Cure, yeah, I'm not sure who that is, but yeah, he's incredible. And we got a couple rappers, Kid Dead and Brandon Brains. So yeah, label stuff's been cool. I hope you guys get a chance to check that out.
Personally, I like Kid Dead a lot.
We're gonna have a pretty big presence at Audio Feed Music Festival this summer, so we're stoked about that. Audio Feed 2015. Wait. That was last year, and this year we're continuing with 2016. Yeah, so I'm stoked to bring some of my roster back there.
and it's all DIY, right? You're going all DIY route.
All DIY as far as label goes.
Yeah.
Well, I call it DIO because it's not just do it yourself; it's do it ourselves.
Yeah. You gotta have a team.
We've got to. There's a lot of folks.
You gotta trademark that because you just
DIO.
Lay claim right now, man.
Yeah, man. This
This
is it. Let's mail it to ourselves.
Oh,
poor man's copyright.
That doesn't work.
Does it not?
That does too work. If you address it to yourself,
No,
it'll
it
show up at your house.
Nathan's like, God, I hope it works because everything I've done.
I'll just show up in court.
As a bona fide metalhead, though, all I can think about is Ronnie James Dio when you said that, though. So
He is the rainbow in
DIO.
the dark.
Yeah. Did I ever tell you my so I make a Ronnie James Dio reference. I made a reference to him on a song once. The song I say it was one of the songs on Our Team Is Gonna Win. I say, and I feel like Ronnie James Dio, 'cause my rainbow in the dark shines bright through every shade of night that we know. And it was kind of interesting because the day I recorded that was the day that he died. Strange. I wrote it a different day, and I didn't coordinate that or know that was going to happen. But the day that song was recorded was that day. So
He just knew he couldn't top it. Like
so props to
anything he
Dio.
did. Yeah, shout out to Dio. Let's pour beer on the floor.
no.
Here,
My
let's
floor.
pour beer on the mic. Put the lamp
On
stand
that
on
note,
the head.
if you want to be an intern,
Interns.
you can clean the beer floor.
It's not a bad job. You get kicked a lot, but
I got when I was an intern, I got fired for saying that Star Wars was better than Star Trek. By the way,
did you burn down the studio after?
no, it's actually this studio. It's the one downstairs.
Wait, you got fired for saying Star Wars was better than Star Trek?
I did.
I mean,
What was like Leonard Nimoy there or something?
Yeah, you got condemned for being honest.
Come on, you said that in front of Shatner?
The thing is, I was a great intern.
Listen
so-
to this guy, man. He said it. He didn't tell. That's not the whole story. You left something out there.
No, I got fired and invited back the next day after I went home to think about what I had said. But I stand behind that 100%.
Yeah,
I mean,
man.
that's just solid fact.
Yeah, Star Trek, I mean, that's great.
No, it's not.
It's great for someone.
If
They're-
you're 50,
I mean, listen to some Yanni, watch some Star Trek, drink some
Cactus.
Ultra Vez beer. You're gonna have a great night, man. You're gonna have an okay night. You know,
party and a half show. Right
that's
there.
a party and a half.
all right, let's do the last song. What's this one called?
This last song is called. I don't know what I'm gonna play last. Actually,
It's a great title.
Surprise!
should I freestyle last or?
Dude, freestyle the shit out of that, even though it
Yeah,
might
let's
be
freestyle.
a
I'm gonna do a
previously recorded
freestyle.
song. Whatever.
I'll freestyle
we'll
it.
figure it out.
Sound good?
Okay, go get set up.
All right,
Go.
we're doing it.
Yo, Spoken Nerd, this is a freestyle. I freestyle, make it up as I go along. I took the car, people said they rode along. Yo, you were riding in the back, but this ain't a Lyft, and y'all ain't gonna cut me slack. Yeah, this ain't a Lyft, this is Uber. I'ma take my thing like super duper. I'm Superman flying through the sky, but people wanna say, hey dog, you're looking real fly. Yep, I'm like Marty, about to show up at your house party. Ask if I can have the popcorn. In fact, I'll be listening to John Zorn. Yo, in my car, in my truck, in my bicycle, cause people don't give luck out like they did 4-leaf clovers. A big bag full of them, you sold them to Super Grover. Yep, I'm bumping into trash cans, cause my name is Nathan, I'm the trash man. I'm picking it up on Wednesday. Reserve the recycling because we plenty. Yo, plenty of dirty plates and dirty hate. You play a state, yo, but we win in the b-ball. I'ma show you what I do when I'm 6 feet tall. I trip over my own feet, and that's okay because y'all trip over my own street. And yeah, I don't know if it's even a street or an avenue, because actually I'm only asking you. I'm not asking your permission. I'm asking for tunnel vision. People wanna say bump the system, turn it up louder. My name is Nathan Conrad, and I keep it quite prouder. Actually, I don't eat clam chowder because I got a shellfish allergy. Yo, I doubt your stuff will meet my expectations. I'ma bring back the vibration. Yo, this connotation is lacking. Most of the time people ask if I'm puff passing. Y'all are puff slacking. Y'all are puffing up on some aspirin like a has-been. Got a headache from staying up too late. I take 2 tokes off of the coffee. Yo, off of the latte. Off the expressway. When I check, yo, microphone and check the cell phone. I'ma do my thing until I'm going back to my home. And I'ma watch some Breaking Bad. And I'ma call up and make you mad. Prank phone calls at the place you work. Yo, you gonna be like, who is this jerk? Yo, hey man, can you answer the phone? People gonna ask me, but I ain't even home. And people wanna know what city I'm from. I'm from Nashville, Tennessee, land of hairy crumb, land of hot chicken, all the people eating it. I'ma show you what I do when I put the seed in it. Habanero, even a little bit of cayenne. You know I eat it, princess, cause I'm the man. Forget princess, I go back to pepper fire, apple fire. About to show you how I'm here to inspire. You say you eat hot chicken, you're a liar. KFC, man, never seen nothing brighter than that sign. Doesn't have the light, it's all darkness when you're looking on the inside. Man, the sauce ain't right, it ain't crispy. Yo, y'all be as fried chicken as a bunch of tree-hugging hippies selling tofu. When I step up to y'all cats, I don't know you. I'ma show you what I do because I'm broke too, and I might go there. Yo, how about you? Forget it, man, I just go on to Taco Bell, cause every time I leave I got that taco smell. And then my girl says you need to take a shower. I'ma have to put on a little powder my nose, or even powder the face. And everybody wants to say to get out of the place. Spoken nerd eating hot chicken in outer space. That's what I'ma do because I'ma take it back to the human race. Ah, yeah. That's right.
All right. And we're back.
Oh, we are?
Oh, we're back?
He's got to close it out.
All right.
And we're back.
God,
Don't break my IKEA light, man. I have to drive back to Atlanta.
I know, what the fuck, really?
Because they won't build it. They're building an IKEA in Memphis, by the way, because the FedEx hub is there.
Nice.
Not in Nashville, where everyone would go to it and buy all.
Exactly, like, man, we get skipped over so frequently for shit.
But we do have good hot chicken. Not from KFC.
Hey,
KFC, they have the best hot chicken. Have you had it?
No, it's disgusting.
I mean, I took offense to that almost.
I did too. As a hot chicken connoisseur, I was literally offended by that.
Where do you go here?
Prince's is obviously my favorite.
I
It's
haven't
the
been to
OG.
Prince's yet.
Well, you know, there's still time. It's like tonight.
Yeah, that's true. Hattie B's, though. I like Hattie B's.
Hattie B's is good, but Prince's is definitely my favorite.
I'd say that my favorite is Pepper Fire.
You ever get the Royale? You can get...
Royale with cheese, homie.
You can
the apple. Do you know about the apple
I know
one?
about the apple
Apple
waffle.
Fire.
Yeah, Apple Fire.
No, it's called Apple Fire. So Royale with cheese, which is hot chicken tenders on top of a deep fried grilled cheese sandwich.
Oh my God.
With hot, sweet, cooked apples on
This
top.
is why we're fat.
Tennessee.
This is why we're fat.
Tennessee.
And why aren't you fat?
Because he's Portuguese.
Oh yeah.
Ryan gets me.
He's got good genes.
Ooh.
All right, so if you could tell your fans one thing, what do you want to tell them?
Well, The one thing I always say is that if you work real hard and you try your best, things will probably work out for you. Although they might not, but they probably will.
but they might not.
Yeah.
They might not.
Expect maybe not, but like a good
probably will.
80%. Like
I say it's probably going to be okay. You know, we're probably going to be all right.
So, where can new fans find you on the internets?
Man, well, I like it when people go to iTunes and just check out the music there. Or if you don't want to pay money for it, you can just listen to it on YouTube by streaming stuff, or Spotify, or my website, spokennerdlovesyou.com, or you can go to spokennerd.bandcamp.com, or if you don't want to do that, you can go to iheartradio.com, or you can go to InvisibleLibraryRecords.com, and there's links to all sorts of music.
You're an internet whore.
I am all
Doing it
over
right.
the internet.
Doing it well.
You know, it's funny. I was talking to a friend of mine who I was talking to him about maybe doing a distribution deal, and he had talked about one that he got, and he said, they just put my stuff all over the internet everywhere. It was terrible. And I was like, yeah, that's called distribution.
That's how this whole music industry works.
Awful.
I don't know if you've seen it.
So
What a monster
it's
that guy is.
2016.
Do you still say 2000? I go 20.
Do you got 20?
I've branched out into 20.
When did that change over?
14.
Yeah, I think it did. You're right.
I felt like it did, man. Or are you
I
still
think this
2000?
conversation is useless.
Wow. Whoa.
Probably right.
This guy doesn't listen to podcasts.
Yeah,
Obviously.
obviously.
I do, but you would not believe the podcast I listen to.
What's your favorite?
Oh my god, if you don't say geekcore, I'm gonna...
It's not geekcore.
Just fixing my pants.
You ready? You ready?
Yeah.
NPR Planet Money.
Ooh,
I know. I'm a
yeah.
teen.
NPR.
Narc.
Yeah, the whole thing about NPR
Narc.
is they take themselves too seriously.
But I don't take myself seriously at all, so it evens out.
I'll tell you my favorite. Besides Geekcore, obviously Geekcore is my favorite. And then obviously my second favorite is Nicholas.
What about the
And-
one you're on right now?
Obviously my third favorite is what's this one called again? Underplayed and Underpaid. That's obviously my third favorite. But other than these podcasts, my favorite is Mysterious Universe.
Oh, who does that? That sounds
Oh
cool.
man.
Is that those two Australian dudes that talk about UFO? Oh,
UFOs,
dude.
baby.
I heard that for the first time today and laughed my ass off.
It's awesome.
What is it again?
Mysterious Universe.
Mysterious Universe,
It's two
okay.
Australian dudes that literally like research things that like UFO abductions and go in and like
And
tear them apart
Bigfoot and everything.
everything.
Wow, you had me at Australian.
Yeah, they're fun.
Yeah. Yeah, they're great.
That's ironic. I just listened to that for the first time today, and it was hilarious.
That's awesome.
It was really good. I still like Planet Money more. I mean,
Yeah.
Sorry, guys. I'm not.
That's
that
fine.
good.
Well, if you want me to say a serious podcast, I like Dan Carlin's Common Sense.
I've never listened.
Common Sense with Dan Carlin. That's a good one.
Yeah. Okay.
My podcast feed is it's the geekiest thing ever, but not in the way you would think about it. It's the exact opposite of what you think.
Super geeky in like a real adult way.
Yeah, no, it's like when you start your own business, you start listening to things like Money Talks.
Yeah, I'm not doing this right.
Social media marketing podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah, my NPR, Planet Money. Sorry.
No, that's fair.
Well, it's like I got into podcasts because when you work on music, 16, 20 hours a day.
You don't feel like listening
When you
anymore.
get in your car to drive home, the last thing I want to listen to is music. So I would just start, listening to podcasts and, Planet Money just
Hit you
hits me.
in all the right ways.
I don't like Tiny Desk Concert, though. Everyone seems to think that's the coolest thing ever.
Don't even know what that is.
I think it's pretty cool.
I like the concept. It's just, the bands are a little pretentious for me.
It's kind of the coolest thing ever, though.
Hey, speaking of bands, did you
Yeah.
hear the news about No Doubt?
No.
So
The drummer's naked again?
I mean, I that's not news. That's just common.
Everyone
That's
knows
just
that.
fact. But Gwen Stefani is no more, and they're reforming.
She died?
Inside.
Culturally.
Yeah. But they're starting a new band with a singer from AFI, Davey Havoc.
Whoa.
So
You
basically,
mean Guyliner?
yeah. So it's the exact same band, but with male vocals instead of female.
One could argue that. I was a huge AFI fan in high school. Like, you know,
I still am.
I know I still am too. But some of their newer records have been. I lost it at like December Underground, like that.
That was a hard one to choke down.
But after that, I could care less if they like. I'm pretty sure I'm never listening to anything they've done after.
Well, and here's the thing. Maybe that's why he's getting a new band.
maybe, but like
With
all
guys who can still keep it fun and not so
all
drony
the
and
stuff
dark.
they put out on like Nitro records and stuff.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
is awesome.
Oh yeah, when they
That's
were punk
like
still.
That's like, you know, the art of drowning and all that stuff. That's
Yeah.
high school for me, man.
Shut your mouth and open your eyes.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Hard, like East Bay skate hardcore at its finest. I think. Shut your mouth and open your eyes. They did a Filth cover.
I've never listened to much AFI.
Yeah.
I
So
saw
this
I
was
saw them play with Thursday once.
weird. Opening or headlining?
I think headlining.
God, I hope so.
It was yeah. I think Thursday were like the main opener. It was like Thursday, Coheed and Cambria, and
God,
AFI.
This was in the 2000s. wasn't
Yeah,
it?
this is Rocket Town.
Totally.
I saw the exact same lineup minus AFI, but with Thrice. So Thrice, Coheed, and Thursday.
I saw Thrice with Poison the Well.
Oh, Poison the Well.
And it was
Nice.
epic. At a like warehouse converted to a venue. in
What a
Charlotte,
just
North
depressing, tough band, Poison the Well.
Carolina. Dude,
They fit their name so well.
oh.
Ooh.
Because
We
listening to them, you get really
Did
sad.
we just
and
start a
gross.
podcast on like post-hardcore music?
I think we did.
Let's
But
do
then
it.
again, what was this to begin with? Let's be real.
Yeah, let's do it.
We now have a podcast for every topic. Check our RSS feed. There's 40.
So, yeah, 45.
All right, let's wrap this up.
Yeah, anything else you want to drop, plug?
Social media. You got them Facebooks?
Facebook, facebook.com/spokennerd.
You got the
Yeah.
Twitter?
Twitter, Spoken Nerd.
No, twatter.
Twatter. I might be Spoken Nerd 1 on Twitter. I can't remember, but you'll find
Did you
me
really
on
have
there.
to drop the one? Somebody else beat you to Spoken Nerd?
I don't remember. There's
You probably forgot the password.
yeah, I probably forgot the password. There's probably like another one that just has like my old logo on it or something.
Instagram?
Yeah, Instagram, Spoken Nerd.
Sweet.
And
And YouTube, you got to check out the Men's Room song.
that's right. Check out Spoken Nerd on YouTube.
I love it. This is good. This is fun.
This was great.
Did you have fun?
Join us next whenever we decide to do this with somebody else.
Basically, when we find someone else to do this with.
2 fingers.
Until next time.
Peace.
What's your website?
We're gonna do that later. We'll do a blurb for us, Jay.
I am just so self-centered that I always want to talk about myself. Anyway, see ya.
Hey, you fit right in with me.
Right?
All right, we did it.
We think we did it.
I think I need to use the men's restroom. I hope you turn the camera on.
Shit!
Was I supposed to?
I knew it! Always that one thing.
It's just
Whoa,
foil
my
every
legs.
time.
Oh, which way is the men's restroom?
Right there on your left.
All right. All
Get the
right.
light out of my face.
Sorry, dude.
I feel like I'm seeing like blue dots, man.
Probably. We're gonna be real about this. Probably.
I want some hot chicken
I do too. Shit.
now.
That was a terrible conversation to have.
Terribly awesome.
Well, I mean, if it didn't make us hungry.
If Prince's wasn't all the way over in the ghetto, they're open late.
What time did they close?
Like 4 in the morning.
Are you serious? Holy shit.
I've totally been really drunk and gone there. It soaks it up pretty good.
Yeah, because all that breading.
And all like the spicy, fiery asshole mixed with a bunch of beer is not a good thing.
No.